According to the Archangel Ancient Tree Archive, about 98% of old-growth forests in the United States are gone.
Now, one Northern Michigan nonprofit organization is working to restore our forests by cloning and reforesting the world's largest trees. 7 and 4's Alyssa Heron joins us live from Manistee County, where this process begins.
Good morning, Brendan and Melissa. I am here with founder of the Archangel Ancient Tree Archive, David Millark. Thank you for joining us this morning.
It's my pleasure.
You know, first of all, what do you guys do?
Well, we're cloning the world's largest and oldest trees to be able to rebuild old-growth forests that we've lost around the world.
And how'd you get started with this?
Climate change, the threat of climate change, and going after the solution for climate change, and to clean up the environment everywhere in the world where people have destroyed it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to walk over to your son, Jake, who helps you out, and you guys do this as a team. Now, kind of tell me what's taking place tomorrow, and what are we going to do right now?
Here at Archangel Ancient Tree Archive, we have our biggest open house event ever, hands-on for people to come in, check out, kind of see behind the scenes what we're all about and how we do it. We hold no secrets here. We really wanted to show the people, open up all the doors, exactly what we're doing. We feel like the kids can do this, teaching the men how to fish instead of giving them fish.
Absolutely. So I want to get right to this so we can show everybody everything.
Let's get right at it, Alyssa. This is vegetative propagation of coast redwoods, some of the biggest trees in the world. What we have here is some rooting hormone, and I'd like you to step it up.
Okay.
This is how you get into teaching.
All
and
right.
We're going to stick it in the rooting hormone for a couple seconds, stick it back in the rooting cube.
Okay.
And once we fill up the flat, we'll take it to the mist tent. So this is a vegetative propagation technique. These are cuttings off of the new growth of the mother trees.
Okay,
and,
so we just planted a redwood then, right?
Yep, and at that point, well, we stuck a cutting of a redwood anywhere,
Okay.
and it can take anywhere from a few months to a few years to root. So we'll stick a little bit in the rooting hormone. We'll kind of straighten yours up here a little bit. Everybody needs a little help every now and again.
Okay.
We'll take it over to the mist tent. Bam, away we go. So from this point on, it can take 2 months to 2 years to root. After that, it can be one of the world's biggest trees. We'll send it anywhere in the world in any of the light climates.
Okay,
And we'll check out
so this is all the misting area, so this is where they start.
This is basically day one. This is the start. So after they root, we can pot them up here. This can take anywhere from a month or so. This is our vegetative propagation room. We've got metal halide lights, 18 hours of light, high humidity, 75 degrees, rooting environment.
Okay.
At this point, we'll then season it, take it to the next room. 12 hours of light, different spectrums. We have high pressure sodium and a little bit cooler temperature. As you can kind of tell, we're stepping off into the cooler area. These are our mother plants here, 12 hours of light. The green mark on the floor is some of the size of the trees that we're working on at chest height.
And this is just crazy. It's huge.
Yeah, this is one of the trees, the Fieldbrook stump. It's about 100 feet around at chest height. And the stump sprouts can come up for a few hundred years, but those stump sprouts are genetic duplicates to the parent trees. We feel like there's something special about that. They're bigger than anything alive today. So.
All right, and really quick, you know, how many redwoods, well, not how many redwoods have you planted, but how many different countries have you planted these redwoods?
We planted coast redwoods in about 7 different countries, and we'd like to plant them all around the world in light climates. And it's almost like creating a zoo or a Noah's Ark somewhere else in case something happens in the native range.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Coming up at 6:30, you're the one that actually climbs to the top of these redwood trees to grab just the little leaves that make this all possible, and we're going to show you just how he does that.
7 and 4's Alyssa Heron is taking us live behind the scenes of where some of the world's largest trees are being grown. That live report coming up in just a little bit. It's 6:20. You're waking up with 7 and 4 News today. 7 and 4's Alyssa Heron joins us live from Manistee County, where that process begins. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brendan and Melissa. I am slowly coming down from a figure 8, I believe. Joining me is David Millark, and you are the tree climber for the redwoods.
Yes, some of the tree climbing is fun and pretty good experience. Some of the trees can be into the 300-foot range, and descending is real fast, and probably the funnest thing is coming down after a long day in the redwoods.
Okay, and this is Jake. I think I said David at first, sorry. And so
now we're all unhooked, and this is the propagation area. Let's check out the back. I'm going to turn it over to my friend Nature Boy, Nate Ayers, from our education program, and they can take it from here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So when he is actually up in those redwood trees, he's grabbing little pieces of the redwood.
That's right.
And kind of explain what he does with this and how you teach the kids this.
So once Jake brings down a sample of the redwoods, we take it here to the lab and we use those cuttings to make thousands and thousands of copies of those. And what we're launching here at Archangel is our new education programs, and we're empowering youth from around Traverse City and the surrounding areas with these skills, techniques, and the philosophy of Archangel so that we can create a new generation of nature-based problem solvers.
All right, now you also go into several different schools. Let's walk over here, and I want you to kind of describe what you guys teach the students when you go into these schools.
Sure, so a couple big fields that we're into is agroforestry and biomimicry. And what we're really talking about with that stuff is how we can copy the way that nature designs things. So we do all this science about cloning these trees and making new trees, but how do we grow new forests? And how do we do it in a way that they will survive for thousands and thousands of years? So we can teach these techniques to kids, and we can have them actually design and plant new forests in the community.
All right, so you guys bring in different types of music like we have over here.
Yeah, we're all about activating whole systems learners, so we get the right and left brain going. We got my brother Nick Ayers here, who is our music coordinator at Archangel, and it's all about getting the kids inspired through music, through dance, through getting creative, and we're all about really empowering kids with solutions that they can use for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. Now I want to take a walk into the other room one more time so we can show everybody this, because this is kind of what goes around the world. So start describing what we're seeing over here.
Yeah, so when we go into this growing room here, we're seeing trees that are just about ready to be sent all over the world. Last month, we sent a bunch of trees over to the Eden Project in England. We've sent trees to New Zealand, to Ireland, and this month we're sending about 2,000 trees back out to California and Oregon to establish new old-growth forests.
Very cool. And really quick, there's a big, huge green circle on the ground, and this is?
This is the actual circumference of a giant redwood tree. They get anywhere from 30 to 40 feet in circumference, and this gives people an idea for how big these trees actually get.
Absolutely. Well, once again, what time can people start coming out tomorrow?
We're having our big open house, what we call Tree School, tomorrow from 1 to 5 p.m., and it's a big tree party. Everybody's invited.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. All of this information and more will be on our website at UpNorthLive.com. Reporting live in Cope Mich, Alyssa Heron, 7 and 4 News.